Hello, Jen. Good morning.
Good morning, hon.
You're
How
just
are
gonna
you?
wait.
Yeah,
Good. It's a little early.
I know. I listen.
It's good.
I don't know if it makes a difference. I try to bounce around. There's a few people that were like, if you could start at 7, I was like, I'll do it.
Hey, I'm
Why
fine with
not?
it. I'm fine with it. I'm just tired boy sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I
So
have like Radio Gen voice. I'm like a boy.
so it seems like we only have one person in the waiting room other than us. So I'll just
Cool.
wait a little bit,
Yeah, no
or
problem.
it's up to you. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait a
Yeah,
second.
let's just wait a minute. That's perfect. It's okay.
All right.
I went through the comments in the post, grabbed a big handful of those. But I might actually keep it to an hour today.
Oh yeah. No, we can do that. I mean,
And
we're
form checks
scheduled
are
for
at
two.
like 22. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, it's seven. Um, so I'll let Chad in here, but I
Yeah.
wonder where the
Let him
rest of the
in.
crew is at.
It's so weird that you seem kind of quiet to me. I'm gonna make Chad talk and see if I can hear him.
It might be my microphone. Is that better? A little bit tiny.
I don't know. Maybe it's my ears.
Hello. All right.
Let's see. Morning, Chad. Or not.
Your article had the link in it, I'm sure.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's where I got it. It's all good. Well, I mean,
okay.
I know there is a lot of people that said they had work or other things going on, so it could be just not a great time, and I'm glad we tried it. You know what I mean?
No, it's all good. I'm sure people will show up in a bit.
Maybe Chad's at work at his desk with his screen off playing hooky. Hi, Chad. Oh, yes. Chad, it looks like you keep turning your mic on to speak, and then I get excited. We'll wait a few more minutes for people that are coming in. I know mornings are always a time where people get uh caught up with a handful of things. So I'm going to wait just a few minutes and then I'll get going. And I'm just going to still take us through the session. I know a lot of people watch this recording, which is why we record them. Um, I always like to listen to these as like a little podcast when I'm about my day or getting steps in. And yes, the coaches do listen to each other. I'll tell you that. Like I listen to all of Coach Nick's because I learned so much from him. Hi, John.
Looks like we're getting the crew.
Yeah, here we go. John, we should talk. I love that you have a music group. Oh, I can't hear you. Unmute yourself. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's already bigger than I expected it to be very fast.
Yeah.
I did not expect it to
Yeah.
win. It's great that you play upright bass.
Yeah, I think we you the one that saw the bass in my family room that day.
I know, I don't think that was me.
Okay. I got spotted. I got because I moved my camera around to show you guys stuff. And then somebody was like, "Is that a double
Some
bass on the floor?" And I'm like, "Yes, it is. I'm caught." So I'm shy to tell people that I'm playing because I know some blues riffs and I know like an Elvis song and an Otis Redding song. Like I don't have a big catalog because I'm learning again. I played for a very long time when I was small, probably like
mm,
all through junior high and high school because my father played stand-up bass. And then I learned, and then being such a large instrument, it's hard to carry
right,
that
it's not easy to
prep.
transport.
Yeah, and so you'll love this too. And then I promise everybody will talk about fitness. But then I ended up buying a electric bass, and I thought I'll figure this out. And I just kept putting it on my knee and playing it like
You're
like
still
plugging
trying to
it
turn it upright.
because I
Uh,
just couldn't make the transfer of this to this, and then my fingers had to be so close, and I just thought I I'm not
It
gonna play.
adapting stuff is easy. I'm trying to get I have a melodica, the kind that you would blow in your mouth and play
Oh,
for a keyboard, and I really love those things, but like instead of being like this, I'm having to do
oh,
this, and
sure.
that's the challenge for me. So I understand.
Yeah. And by the way, your hands are not doing, they're
Yeah, it's the
facing
exact
versus.
opposite of what I'm used to, so I totally can relate to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is my bass teacher, I see him once a week. I only learned music growing up. So I
Okay.
was like monkey see, monkey do, and now he's teaching me. I don't even know what notes I'm playing. I just know
Okay, doing it by ear, and
I'm trying. It's a big
it
challenge.
I grew up playing classical music, so I've had to do
Oh,
the same thing. I ended up being in bands later and things, but like following along to people and listening all the time it's a challenge. It's like everything, you have to work at it, and I just look at it,
yeah.
don't be
Well,
overwhelmed. So
and as the bass player, everyone's listening to me. There's a lot of
yeah,
pressure.
yeah, you're the foundation, right? Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
core for a lot of things.
So
So
I'm told. So I'm told. So I feel the pressure to do well. Good morning, Gabriel. We're giving people a few more minutes to come into the room, but John and I are talking about we're in he's leading our music group thread. So yeah, I don't know if you play an instrument, but you're welcome. Oh, wait, I see that. Yes, bring it up. Yes, put your mic on.
I got more. Wait.
Yes.
oh, there we
Pianos
go.
Ah,
and more pianos.
Oh,
That's
okay. Oh,
you're in the
remote.
club.
I'm
You're
in the
in.
club. Add me to the club.
Yeah, Gabriel, what is your tag in the app so John can add you?
It is actually that's a good question. Let me see.
See, this is why I like this because I don't know, like I had no idea what John looked like, and then I saw his last name, like, oh, that's my music group leader.
It's just my first and last name, Gabriel Rivera.
Oh, that's it. Well, that
Yeah,
made it easy. See, I
yeah,
did that too. I'm like Jen Wiederstrom, period.
Yeah, very
I, I
easy. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be something more complicated, but no, I went simple.
Good. Yeah. Well, I listen, simple is good in my line of work.
All right, so I'll tag you for the next check-in for the week and snooze, and we'll go from there. So you're on
It
there.
looks
Yeah.
it go ahead, John. Yeah.
No, no, it's okay.
Yeah, it looks like you do music as part of your job though.
Well, that's what I studied. I studied composition and all that. But for work, I mean, I still am involved with music, but I work for an opera company and I work in their
Oh,
fundraising department.
cool, but you're
Nice.
connected to music. Well,
Yeah.
John sets goals for us to get practice in every week or, you know, all kinds of
Whatever
things.
you're
So
trying to do, yeah.
whenever we're
Yes,
trying to
that's
go, we
nice.
kind of call our shot on Monday and then we hit our stuff. So anyway, we'll add you. Good morning, Chad. Thanks for joining. Good morning, Drake. Thanks for joining. So I'm gonna get started because I know but maybe Chad and Drake have an instrument, and this conversation is fun for you.
Jen,
So
sorry, just one
yeah.
second. I think the reason why we don't have everyone here yet is because the article said 7:15. So if you guys want to schmooze music for a bit,
Oh,
you're totally welcome to.
There we go.
But I
oh,
just realized
Well,
that. So
Yeah, it does
well,
say 7:15.
that's
yeah.
definitely my fault. Let's hold
Well,
on.
my ability to
You're
read details on phones is just I don't know what it is, but it's never good. And I'll be like, oh, 7 o'clock. And I thoroughly intended to do this from my music studio. And I realized my wife's still sleeping, and that's not going to work because I don't have the door
I
installed.
was like, you're in the garage with paint cans. I
Yeah,
see
so
what's.
I'm in the workshop at the moment.
Oh gosh, good catch, Noah. Because I remember I initially put seven, well, as coaches and as our big team, I was like, oh, let's do 7:15 because I just think seven feels scary for people, but 7:15 felt good. And then we decided just to start at seven on the nose, and obviously I didn't make that edit. So when we posted the article, oh, that makes so much more sense. Thanks, Noah. Let's
no,
keep
you're
talking
good.
about
Yeah, we're
music.
good.
Okay, so you guys are just early birds. Yes.
Well, normally
well,
no.
you scared me because I was like, "What? It started?"
Oh, on the call. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's my fault. I don't know. Something's
that's
in
all
the
right.
air.
And I'm in
So-
Central Time. That's why it's not that early.
oh, so you're fine. Yeah, I mean, I had to turn lights on my house, but to make it through. But let's talk. Is daylight savings? Is it?
I think it's November 2nd.
Yep, you're right,
That's what, like
Gabrielle.
election day or whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Never. Yeah, because November 4th is election. You're right on Tuesday, that Tuesday. I remember always being in college and having daylight savings happen on that like Saturday to Sunday, right? So that big Halloween parties, and just thinking it was the worst thing for a college campus to have an extra hour to stay out drinking in silly costumes. I we 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 had one friend, we called him the dude. His name was Michael Dudley, but the dude, and he decided his like amazing costume was going to be Papa Smurf or like one of the Smurfs. And so he wore like blue sweats and had a red hat and, was a Smurf. But he used like this oil-based paint and did his entire face and neck and hands. But because of that, you could just see everywhere he was in the night. Any girl he tried to hit on, that he got closer to, he would get blue on her. We're like, we do not need an extra hour. We do not need an extra hour and on Halloween night. But man, yeah. We've
Well,
got 5 more minutes to gab. Go, John. Yeah.
no, I'd say youth is the time to do that. If you're gonna have an extra hour to carouse, do it when you're younger.
Well, it's fall backwards, so I mean, I can't wait to sleep an extra hour. That's my secret.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you guys have kids or grandkids that are dressing up? Do you do the walk, the trick or treat walk?
We don't have to do that anymore. And our neighborhood has like 9 trick-or-treaters. There is a kind of a much more upscale neighborhood, 5,
Yeah.
8 minutes from me, and everybody just treks over there. So we have a few for the diehards
Huh.
in my hood.
That's interesting. You have like neighborhoods that people go to because they give out better candy or there's more houses lit
Well,
up, like
or
it's a
they're just
place.
super decorated, or they're all like East Sacramento's 10 minutes from us, and that's where like Ronald Reagan and everybody used to live. So they're big, giant
Sorry,
houses,
John. You're from
That's a nice
Sacramento?
and they
neighborhood.
use it in movies a lot.
Got
Are you
it.
from Sacramento, John?
I'm from LA, but I live
You're
in
from LA.
Sacramento. Yeah.
We're opposites. I live in LA and I was born and raised in Sacramento. So,
Okay.
yeah. What neighborhood are you at in Sacramento?
U.S. Sacramento?
No,
No.
what neighborhood are you in?
Oh, I'm at
Sacramento?
some place called City Farms. It's a small neighborhood just south of Curtis Park and Lamb Park.
Oh,
Kind of-
okay. Is that near those new townhouse developments, like kind of before by City College, like right?
They're closest to, yeah, actually, I am just south of that, by like maybe a half mile.
Okay, I know exactly where it's at. A lot of good Mexican food around there.
Yeah, I have some amazing restaurants I can walk to within like 10 minutes. It's incredible.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome.
Also, there's a good music store where I learned how to play guitar, failed how to learn how to play guitar, called Klein Music on Sutterville Road. Right
Yeah.
before you go over that. Yeah, that's where I learned
Yeah,
how to play
that's
guitar.
20 minutes walking from my house at the most now for me.
Yep.
I've been to Klein.
Yeah, wow, small world. Oh,
You've
wait.
been to Klein Music? What the
Yeah,
hell?
well,
Where are you
I
from?
used to live in, right now I live in Dallas, but I used to live in California and I lived between Davis, Sacramento, and the East
Oh,
Bay.
okay.
So at the
Wow.
college I used to work, I would go to Klein to take the instruments to the repair shop. So
Mm.
that's how I know Klein.
That's
Wow.
that's crazy. It's still
Wild call
there.
out.
It's
Yeah.
still there.
Small.
And it's like still the exact same like size and
Yeah, it
everything.
looks exactly as it did when I
Yeah.
moved here, like, I don't know, 25 years ago or whatever. It's identical.
Yeah.
Aw.
it's-
Noah, do you want to be a part of our music group and start learning
No,
guitar again?
because I said I failed out on playing music. My ADHD was too severe for me to practice, but I had dreams of it, of
It-
playing guitar. I love music. I'm obsessed with music. I just can't play it.
It just takes a level of because I train musicians, like there's a different frequency in their mind, and I mean, I with the amount of pianos and instruments in Gabriel's room, maybe he can speak to it more, but like this desire, this curiosity, there's this seeking and creating, and there's a patience in that, and I tend to be more like you, Noah. I get a little bit more frustrated more quickly, and that's even why, I mean, part of me, maybe that's why I chose bass. Like there's 4 strings, the notes are pretty, we don't have to go too fast. Like I have enough of a success rate where I continue to keep playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard mentally.
I should have played the drums or something. It would have probably been better for my attention span and my
So-
motor skills.
I was gonna say, and you have great motor skills. So the irony here is that I wonder, because even like the client I train that's a really great guitar player, he's like, I could never do drums. He's like, I don't know how that works. I can't make that happen. And then the irony as I think about people like a Phil Collins, right, who wasn't a guitar player, but a singer and a drummer. So I don't know that. Okay, Gabriel's nodding a lot. Is that common?
No, that's not common. I just say I usually respect drummers a lot, but if they can also sing, that's for me, it's another
That's
level.
crazy.
I,
Yeah.
I can't play drums for the life of me. I barely can play guitar because I see everything as the keyboard. The guitar, my wife got it for my birthday a week ago.
Yeah.
I see everything like on the keys. So a guitar for me is like, where is it? So
There are
Oh,
no way to
So you-
figure out where all the notes are on
exactly.
the guitar compared to the
So
piano. You just look at
so
them
you're
and
like
figure.
you're like Dave Grohl. He said one time that he plays guitar and he just pictures all the drums, like the
Oh.
drums. He pictures
Oh.
everything, symbol stuff. He says he doesn't know how to play notes and stuff. He doesn't read music. He just goes like, and this
Hmm.
is like the guitar playing drums. That's it.
Oh,
That's
well, it's
crazy.
interesting you said that. I heard John Mayer in an interview once, and he talked about, he's like, if you play guitar, you get like it for your kids or someone you can let them hold it, let them look at it. Don't do lessons right away. He's like, let them see what they see, and then go from there. So it's kind of a similar, like if Dave sees drums, guitar, like see the drums in a way. By the way, good morning, everyone. Remember, you don't have to have your screen on, but if you would like it on, ask to be a panelist. That does not mean you have to say anything or do anything but listen, but it lets me see you on camera. I logged on at 7 a.m. I told Noah the wrong time, so we were sitting here just chatting. And then a bunch of early birds came and we've been talking about music. And so finally Noah looked and said, Jen, you wrote 7:15 in the article. So that's why you're coming in. You are not late. It's great to see everybody. I see Tish, Donna, Ro, hi. Gabriel, glad you made it. Kathleen, what week is this for you, honey? What's your week streak? We got to let everybody know.
Okay, I'm at 101 days. 101 weeks
Better.
and
Wow.
1 day.
101 and 1. Good job. We love this. Thanks for being
And-
here, guys. I'm gonna, oh, go ahead, Kathleen.
Go ahead and make me a participant. I couldn't figure out how to do that in this.
You're already participating. So
Oh, okay, that's
I think you did it
wonderful.
right.
Okay,
Turns
that's
out
great.
you did it.
Yeah, we
I-
switched up it used to be a webinar, but this one everyone will be able to be on camera just by joining. So makes things a
That's
little
right.
easier.
Noah, thanks for that reminder. Yeah, we wanted to simplify it so it was a little easier for everyone to kind of be here and not. It's just great to see everybody. Okay, good morning. So let's see, I've got notes set aside. Is everyone having a good week? What day is it? Wednesday? I literally thought it was Tuesday. Wednesday? Everybody got your Halloween costumes ready? Me neither. Okay, I'll start you guys with a riddle and then we'll jump into today's meeting. Last year, I ended up going last minute going to a party and I needed to buy a costume on Amazon, which can be very tricky. And I wore a costume of a bumblebee and I had a mirror around my neck. Can anybody guess what I was? It's more of a phrase. And you can put it in the chat or shout it out.
Be
Let's see.
yourself.
Be yourself. Who said
Yeah.
that? Good job, Tish. I was at a party and everybody was drinking. I was like, you got to understand, right? Like be yourself. And I was like, it's not going to happen. So better. You guys were a good crew. Good job. Are you a teacher? Or do you work in with people a lot? That you got was really good.
No, I'm not. My
Wow.
husband's a teacher.
Yeah, maybe it's adjacent. That was really good. I'm like, wow, she got that right away. You should do Jeopardy. Guys, good morning. If I haven't gotten to meet you yet, I'm Jen Wiederstrom. I'm one of your coaches in here. I've got to see a lot of you repeats in my Zooms, which makes me the happiest. And then I see some new faces, so that makes me really, really happy to see you in here. Coach Nick and I absolutely love doing this and spending time with you. The coaching only matters if there's a relationship in place, if there is a level of trust and consideration for what you guys experience and what you need. And if we can fulfill that need, it becomes a really great bond. And that's why we love doing this. I think Nick does these every week now. Like there's no person like Nick. And if you ever have a chance to come to one of our events, we would just love to see you there. Show of hands of who's able to actually make it to the Ruck this weekend in LA. Oh, okay, Cecilia's coming. Amazing. Great. I know Peggy said she was coming. We will pop around the US, so just stay vigilant on the article releases, because we'll release new dates all the time. So I wanted to spend the first little bit of this, not very long, but just talking about the question I posed to you guys in the article. And I will go first, and I'll let a couple people share, because I think it's fun to hear different perspectives. But it occurred to me, I always write you guys about things that I'm personally experiencing, and I think that furthers our bond. And it occurred to me that many of you don't know, like I've already written a book, and I feel like I need to write another one. And I've been working on this second book for probably 8 years. And I kind of work on it, and then I stop for a while, and then I have what I think is the name of the book and the focus of the book. And I'm like, nah, that's more like a chapter. And I've started and stopped a lot. And I realize that I'm really ready. Something about this year, something about this time, I was like, this is the time. And I finally started writing. And I remember I got to the end of I always try to set a clock. I go, just write for an hour. Just sit in there, think, write ideas down. Don't make it perfect, get it down. And there's a word count, and it said 543 words. And I was like, oh, that's it? And I was really like disappointed, and I started judging that you couldn't even get to 1,000. Were you taking too much time? And then I thought, Jen, you haven't written any words in a year, but you're going to be upset at 543 words. And so I got this sense of like, how are we, like, if it was 1,000 words, would I have said, oh, good job, Jenny, you did it? And I started to think about the pressure we put on ourselves and the way we progress in our fitness goals. And by the way, we're all here for some sort of fitness goal. That's what the pump does. You came in to work on your body comp, your strength, whatever this is. But we all know what sustains these habits and these changes in you are the behaviors you adapt, the mindset that shifts, the clarity that you gained for the boundaries and like the needs in your life. Like, it's not just external. And because we know if it's only external and checking boxes, we'll actually never sustain the win. And I just started to think, I'm like, I wonder how much everyone's undercutting themselves. And even somebody said, is this more like seeing the forest through the trees? I'm like, perspective, yes, but this is truly undercutting. How many times you undercut a win? And I think it was great. Ray shared something in the comments today. He was very vocal. He's been very vocal about having some paralysis in his face. He's going in for surgery. And just right now, for Ray to add one more plate in a stack is a big deal for Ray. And I think because of this condition, he's actually really seeing the win and not letting himself undercut himself. And so I wanted to see if anybody else wanted to share a realization they had about where they're undercutting themselves in their week or in their month or just in their progress. Go ahead, Kevin. Hi, by the way.
Good morning. And thanks for getting up so early, so the rest of us in the country can get an early start. So actually, I want to remind people, I don't know if Ben is on the call today, but something he shared on the previous Zoom call, which was I think so awesome. He talked about, you know, you're climbing a mountain, you look up and you see how far you have to go, and you just feel overwhelmed. Then you turn around and look at how far you come. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. I've made a lot of progress. So it just one step at a time. And I responded to Ray this morning. So tomorrow I go in and get a shoulder. So I've had 2 months of red X's because the pain is just so bad. I can't do much of anything. And it's frustrating, but I have to remind myself, and I'm even doing it now. My desk is sitting, I've got a stationary bike. So I sit at my desk. I can run anywhere from 10 to 40 miles a day. That I'm at least doing, it's like Arnold said, 1% is better than 0%. So just, so a lot of times I am like, oh my God, I'm not getting anywhere. But I'm going to have to start all over again after the shoulder replacement. And so I know it's going to be little steps, but each one will be a progress. So we'll get there.
Mhm.
And then everyone is here to cheer everyone on.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I couldn't agree more. And I also love, thank you, Kevin. I love the idea. I'm drawing a graph, and forgive how rudimentary this is. You know, 1% on a graph is like, you can't even, like, it's, you know what I mean? If this is 1% and this is 100%, but if you do 1% over time every day, you see, you know what I mean? And I know this is so basic, but it's a really important reminder to keep with you, because we tend to overlook the simple and the clear, and we complicate things to get on our way, because this is hard. It's hard to stay committed. It's hard to keep showing up, but you can and you must if you want to go to where you're trying to go. So thank you, Kevin. Brianne, go ahead, sweetheart. Great to see you, by the way.
Yeah, good morning. I just wanted to jump on as well because I wanted to share a little bit about my journey as well. I was on a call a number of weeks ago, but I was diagnosed with breast cancer in November, have done chemo, surgery, and I just got okayed about, I think 6 to 8 weeks ago
Yeah.
by my surgeon to start exercising again, chest muscles and that sort of thing. And so with Jen's recommendations, like, thank you so much for your answer the first time, because I started doing my push-ups against the wall and I was like, oh, this is easy. Actually, I can do 10, no problem. And then it was like, okay, I'll start from the counter. Yep. That's no problem. I'll start from my knees. And now I'm able to do the 8 push-ups in my warm up for my pump from like regular plank push-ups. And so it's been really neat to see. And it's like, before I started chemo, I was up to 25 push-ups and I was like, man, this is the strongest I've ever been. And it felt so good. And now I'm like, okay, well, 8 push-ups is amazing. And I'm feeling really good about it. So it's that
Yeah.
1%. And it's just like, okay, every day you just keep going.
So tell me that, and I'm crying, Brian. I remember that call. I remember that question. And I'm so proud of you, girl. What gets you to stay? What kept you from undercutting yourself when you were like, oh, but it's only a countertop, but it's only like, what kept you
Oof.
focused?
Yeah, great question. I think for me, like I had joined the pump a year before my diagnosis. And I think even prior to that, I had just started getting into that mindset of like, anything is better than nothing. Right. And I used to be that perfectionist of like, if I don't have the full hour to go for a run or to do a workout, what's the point? And then I got to the point of like, okay, well, I've got 20 minutes right now, so I could go for a really quick run. I could get, 15 or 20 minutes in of a run. And I think that mentality has just grown, and the pump helped me do that too. So it was really just that mindset of anything is better than nothing. Right.
Mm.
I don't know exactly what it is. I've been pretty positive through my diagnosis as well.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, just one step at a time, I guess.
You're an inspiration. Thank you, Brianne.
Well,
I
thank
just
you.
love that. I will be riding on your inspiration all week. I can't even tell you. Thank you, babe.
Thank you.
We'll take one more. Cecilia, go ahead, honey. Your hand was up first.
Hey, everybody. So I wrote a comment in the app as well. I have a lot of weight to lose, about 50 to 60 pounds. And my doctor wanted me to go on a GLP-1, and I tried it for a few months. And for me personally, I felt terrible. Like it was hard to eat enough. It was definitely hard to work out. And I thought, what do I really want? I really want to be strong. I really want to get into bodybuilding and weightlifting, actually, even more than I want to lose weight. And so I just completed Rise of the Machine yesterday, went through the 16 weeks, just completed it.
Yeah.
And I can tell that I am so much more stable. I went from only lifting like a 10-pound barbell to a 50-pound barbell. Like the strength is there. I'm following the nutrition tracker. I'm trying to get all those servings of protein. It's so much food, but I'm losing weight very slowly, not as fast as a GLP-1, but I don't feel nauseous and weak. I feel strong and ready to go and ready to ruck on Saturday.
Yes, this is huge, especially when people are starting with a higher amount of body fat to lose. It's really difficult to start to see the change and to feel the change because you just have it's this weight gain can be disfiguring. It disfigures your ability to see your energy, to be clear mentally, to see your body clearly. And I think that's why I think a GLP-1 is actually a great tool in the right situation. But for you, it's like, it sounds like what's kept you going are the strength wins, are the way you're feeling. And you were actually lucky when you got to feel this contrast. You're like, oh, this is a better way for me.
I like it. I like feeling strong and stable and being able to have a lot of energy to get through the entire day and do all the things I do. And I think when I made that mind shift against, okay, what does my body look like? Okay, it looks like it's overweight, but what can it do? Wow, it can do a lot of powerful things. It can lift a lot of weight. This is fantastic. I want to feel that way. It doesn't matter what I look like. It just matters how I feel.
Well, and what's fun is the body will follow.
Yeah,
this is just evolution. The body will adapt and follow. My question to you is, in those times when you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop the injectable, I'm gonna start to strength train. How did you, again, going back to undercutting, how did you not undercut yourself and take away from the progress you were making along the way? Because it sounds like you were stepping into this category of fitness that you really hadn't done a lot of. So what kept you focused?
I think part of it was I was working out at home and I got out of the house. I joined a local gym down the street, and then I was around people, and I'm an extrovert and I'm not shy. So I was fine going up to people and asking, like, how do I do this? And how do I do that? And can you help me? And getting really comfortable with the equipment and just telling myself, like what Arnold says, that you have to put in the reps. And I'm like, I'm just going to put in the reps every day. And I feel at the beginning, I felt weak. I felt shaky. I felt unstable. I just felt like I could only lift 5 or 8 pounds. I'm like, how am I just so weak? But I just tried really hard not to judge myself and just keep showing up every single day. And after 4 months, I'm just like, wow, this is such a huge difference. And it's hard to remember where I was at the beginning. Even getting the right shoes. I got those Noble weightlifting shoes. I was in running shoes. I didn't even know that. So like every day I'm reading the articles, listening to the podcast, going on the app and like taking in all the education. And I think it's like having all that education every single day and being with the community and just immersing myself, just throwing myself 100% into it. And just not thinking about the negative things, just thinking about the possibilities.
Well, and once you start to get strong, you're like, oh, this is cool. I'm not giving this up. It's really fun. I wanted to point out too,
crazy Instagram videos.
Well, we listen.
When you went to heat and you're swinging yourself.
Listen, I'm a true middle child. I'm like, I'll take a little applause and attention. But that to me, I mean, I'd come off an injury and I cried my eyes out my last session with you guys. But I needed that target to get stronger. I had 2 things I wanted to say, and then we'll move on to some questions from the comments. You said something great, Cecilia. She said she just asked people at the gym for help. We actually just posted something on our Instagram, and we've talked about it in the APC newsletter. So I would hope at this point you guys are following both, but it talks about community and like the muscle that people let go soft is this idea of personal connection. Nobody at the gym that's there has I'm missing at my sentence here. Everyone at the gym that looks more advanced and confident know what they're doing, they started as a beginner. And they had to ask people questions too. And so just know that like you're not a burden. People are actually overjoyed to say, oh my God, I'm happy to show you how to use this machine, because somebody had to help show them once as well. I see a lot of nodding. I see Donna, thank you for that. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like just ask the questions. I will say there's an occasional a-hole that thinks like their workout's just cool. They're too cool to take a break to show you how to use the lat pull down. But the reality is people are there to help. It's such a great place to be. And I think that's the legacy of Arnold. Like he created a culture around bodybuilding because of the connection that he was able to make with everybody. Like that's what it is. The other thing I wanted you to say is, it sounds like Laura is starting Rise the Machines on Monday. She just started yesterday. Do you have any advice for Laura or anybody else starting Rise the Machines?
Well, when you work out in a public gym, what I absolutely love about the app is that when somebody is using the leg press machine and there's only one, you can quickly switch to an alternate and do. I was doing barbell squats yesterday because somebody was using the machine, but I love the machines because you can just do so much more weight than you think you can, because you're so much more stable than just trying to like lift on your own. So I would just say really push yourself. Like you can do more weight than you think you can because you've got a good stable structure.
Great. And we just posted something on Instagram about that yesterday. Like start a little heavier. You can always drop set. And that's a fancy way of saying start with weights that feel like might be challenging for you. And you might surprise yourself, like Cecilia said, like you might do all the reps. You probably actually will. But if like, 8 out of 10 or 8 out of 12, you start to struggle and lose that range of motion, you drop that weight, whether it's on a barbell, a dumbbell, or a machine, it doesn't matter. Take a little off or drop set to a lighter dumbbell and then finish the set. It's a great way to practice strength safely, okay? And get the results that we want. Okay, and by the way, for anybody else that wants input, there's some more comments in the feed that can help you. So I am just going to dig in. I have got about 5 or 6 questions from the app. Some are actually related to people that submitted videos. So I'm going to save those for those videos. But I'm going to also do a couple really fast here that were fun. So this one, Stefan asked, and by the way, thank you for everyone sharing. That was really, really wonderful. I know it's not easy to talk in front of a group, but it's really important conversation. And so just thank you. So how can I do hamstring curls without a ball or a gym equipment? Stefan, I think you're on the call, actually. Yeah. So I will look for your video as well. You said you were submitting a video, but
yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Oh, wonderful. Hi. So number one, a swap that's in there, which I saw your message with Catch. It didn't look like the swap was there.
I found it now. So
oh, you did.
It's actually for the workout for tomorrow, and now I found it. But
oh, great.
I guess it was in the workout last week, and I was not able to swap it. And then I said, okay, I ask.
Yeah, no, always ask. That's what we're here for. But I did bring you an alternative, Stefan. So Catch said the wall walks, which I will demonstrate for everybody. But do you own a pair of socks, Stefan?
Yeah.
Ready for this? Ready for me to blow you guys' minds? So by the way, hamstring curls, I think were invented by the devil. I just want to say that out loud. They're such an effective exercise, but man, they remind me of how much work I need to do on my hamstrings. I'm very quad dominant. So here's what I'm going to show you. Actually, I should show you the wall, thank you, Noah. So the bridge walks, which by the way, I'm going to take my heels off so you can see it. You're here in a bridge. I want you to make sure you kind of tuck your hips under just a little bit to put your abs on, and we drive up. So this is starting position. Your toes are up and you walk. Oh my gosh. Oh, go to where you can maintain control, which that is as far as Jen can go, and then walk. I like to take a break in between because that's the state of my hamstrings right now. Then you come up, then I go a second time, 2, coming back. Oh, the key is not letting your butt drop while you're loading your hamstrings. You really want your hips up and clear. Okay, now ready for the magic trick? You put socks on, Stefan, you bridge up and you slide. Just like a hamstring machine, just like a hamstring curl. This is the most easy, accessible ham curl position you will ever find. You're
Okay,
welcome.
cool.
And I'm also sorry because you're going to feel it.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, good. Okay, great. Yes, I know my trusty Swiffer is always here ready to be actioned. Okay, that was this one. Okay. Um, okay. That one has a video. Okay, this was just a moment I wanted to talk through. That's a big deal. So Lisa wrote, staying consistent has been my Achilles heel. I'll do good for a period, then get thrown off. Then a week passes, and then I'll find it hard to jump back in. And then there's negative self-talk. So she's in a bit of a cycle. I just wanted to point that out. Like, you guys are not going to be perfect. It's impossible to sustain, and it certainly won't happen forever. And I'm going to throw myself under the bus so I can tell you what I mean. I've been really consistent, as Cecilia very kindly honored my CrossFitting. I worked hard. I had to be consistent because I was in front of hundreds of people competing, and that peer pressure is really, really effective. And then that ended, and then I started to become a little less consistent. Then I would do better, then a little less. And I mean, I look at my last just 7 days. I've worked out only twice in 7 days. It's just what happened. It's just like what my day was. It's just, I had travel. I had time with my folks. I tried to go to the gym with my dad. He was like, you know, my Norm is about to be 80. He's not quite doing the workouts that we're doing. We're kind of lifting and tinkering. But I just thought, I wanted to bring that up to tell you, I'm not off track. Like, I had 5 days where I wasn't able to train. I got some steps. I didn't eat like an idiot. I tried to use my tracker, but I don't want you to assign this meaning of failure to yourself because you had some days off. Now, I agree with Lisa. If you let a week go by and then it's like, oh, now I really don't want to get started again. I agree. I agree that gets hard. And to me, it's too emotionally exhausting. Physically, your body can handle it. The first workout back, which was mine yesterday, is always a little tough. You're always a little creaky. You're always breathing a little harder, but you adapt. It's your mind that's going to get exhausted. So what I want to tell you is this: please do not judge if you have a handful of days where your food's a little bit off, where your workouts aren't as consistent. You've got some red X's in there. Fine. But then when you start back up, I want you to consider what number of days becomes your limit. Like, I like creating rules for myself. So I have a 3-day rule. Okay. And I don't let 3 days go by without some sort of activity. And that's how I don't let weeks go by anymore. Because I used to do exactly what Lisa did. And here's my trick. I didn't work out Wednesday. I didn't work out Thursday. I knew by bedtime Friday, I had to do some sort of movement. And I was like, Dad, we got to get to the gym. Now, it wasn't a full-on pump workout, but I moved. Okay. Then Friday, so go to bed Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I can't let Monday end without getting a workout in. And I got one of my pumps in. So just create a system for you. For me, it's my 3 days. I never break that rule, and I never go on a streak where I'm not hitting workouts anymore. So just, again, don't judge yourself, but like, pay attention to your own behavior and say, I need to set up some boundaries for me so I don't keep sitting in this cycle. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, Valentine, you sent in a squat video, but this is great. Okay, Sandra, I actually see you're in the room. And by the way, Sandra and Gabriel, you should meet because you both are in Dallas. Yeah, well, I'll make sure you guys meet each other on screen in a second here.
Awesome.
I'm working on my squat depth. Great. Are there any benefits to using a Smith machine to help get there? If so, what can you share about the technique? I see a lot of approaches in the gym. So there's a lot of reasons why squat depth is not there. Sometimes it's mobility. I often see a lot in the feet and the ankles. For a lot of women, I see it in their hips. The benefits specifically of a Smith machine. I don't personally like squatting with a Smith machine. And just to make sure we're all on the same page, a Smith machine is when the bar is like locked into a track and it does not deviate. It stays in the track. whereas a free bar sits on your back and it can kind of go wherever you go. There are benefits to both. I don't like feeling locked into the Smith machine, Sandra, but if you like it from the standpoint of, I'm going to go lighter, I'm going to set my feet, I'm going to ride that bar down, right? And really feel the bottom of the squat with a very, very stable bar, right? The bar's not moving because you're on track with it. There could be real value. I think the question is not like you've seen other approaches, like what works for you, or where are you getting stuck? And that's what's worth answering.
Yeah, I see people with their feet way.
You broke up for a second there. You see people with their feet way what? Uh-oh. Did we lose Sandy?
Maybe.
Maybe. Sandy, we can come back to you. I'll keep going for time. But I do want to answer that because it's important to know the origin of her question. Okay, so Sandy, we'll come back to you. Last two questions here. So by the way, I have to read this. So far, it's Dipayan. The topmost pack of my abs are visible. Very exciting. You have a 2-pack. We're very excited about that. Of late though, whenever I do crunches or hanging leg raises on the program, the sets of 20 to 25, by the third set, I'm getting a cramp on my abs. I generally stop the sets, need a foam roller stretch. And my questions is, one, is this normal to have mid-set cramps? And is this exactly like other muscle groups pumping after a workout? Or is the issue dehydration? So I hear a few things through what he's saying. So number one, it sounds like the cramping happens in the later set, the third set, but the first 2 sets are okay. So what that tells me is that the abs are functioning and they're working as prescribed. By the third set, a cramp like that feels like fatigue. It feels like a reaction from not being overworked, but just being weaker. And that's why we have these layered sets. Now, most cramping is actually not due to dehydration. It's usually more of like a neurological response. And so I would say 2 things. One, don't wait for the cramp. After each set, you should be doing a stretch. I like a cobra stretch where I lay on the ground and kind of like arch my chest up. It's like a yoga pose, or even like a full upward dog. Really stretch all the muscles in your rectus abdominis. That's the front facing abs that you see on like Men's Health magazines. Okay. You want to create a stretch there. So you want to re-elongate the abs. It's just like doing curls. If you do a lot of curls, you feel like a ball up in your biceps. You want to just open them up and stretch and release them. So I would add stretches in between the first and second set, the second and the third set, and give yourself a little more rest. I know we have a rest timer in there. You just might need a little more rest as you're getting stronger in that system. So I don't think anything is wrong, because if it was like cramping on your second or third rep of your first set, I'd say we've got something else going on. I think you're absolutely fine. I think you're getting stronger. Stretch in between and give yourself more rest and you'll be just fine. This was a very specific question, but I thought I would answer it because I think people have different holidays that come up, and it was worth addressing. So one of our members have Ramadan coming up. And in this specific holiday, they fast from sunrise to sunset, and which is pretty difficult to nutritionally follow when you're lifting for weight loss and muscle gain and especially the workouts we're doing in here. So I like this question for the group because I think that sometimes, even accidentally, we end up fasting through our day. I know for me, I'll be in my car, but I burn through my snacks, I burn through my protein, and I've got hours when I'm not eating. So it's just really important that you know what you're going for. Now, we've got the nutrition tracker in the app. Please use it. I'm assuming, Ahmed, I don't know if you're allowed to work out on these days, but like We've got that toggle for not training days and non-training days, and look at the amount of servings you have of everything. The reality is, for a situation like this, you're going to want to eat as many of those servings as you can before that sun comes up and before it goes down. I don't want anyone in this situation to overthink it. If there's 1 month of your life where you're a little short on calories because you're respecting and living through like a religious holiday, like, it's okay. You're not going to lose the effort you've put in. And the moment that month is done, you're going to be able to normalize your schedule. So I don't want you to overthink it too hard, but I would prioritize protein, and I would prioritize more calorically dense foods. So when you do eat, you get all the servings in that you can. So for instance, fats and fruits and stuff, you can do a banana with peanut butter, or instead of doing a big leafy green salad where it's going to fill you up, do a sweet potato and you'll get 2 servings of carbs. So I would be a little bit strategic that way. Higher dense calorie foods first thing in the morning, and when that sun goes down, which by the way, we're about to hit daylight savings, that's usually about 5 p.m., 5:30, I would say, depending on how far on earth you are. You'll have a set of hours to do that. So just be strategic. I would look at this as an opportunity to be curious and to be creative. Like, shit's gonna happen, life's gonna come up, holidays, whatever. Like, have fun with this. That's my main thought there. Okay.
Perfect. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, of course. Does that help? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I usually try and shift like my training to the like at night,
Evening.
evening, or right
Yeah.
before sunset, just so I can eat right after. But yeah, okay.
That's
Don't stress.
I would
I'm
say
kind
if
of
sunset's
just
at 5, work out
Yeah.
at 4, eat right after, get a meal in. It's funny, Emily said now she's hungry. Me too. But yeah, I mean, but like ultimately, like there are things there. I gave you some tactical things, but I don't want you guys to stress too hard. I've spent 43 years in this body. 1 month's not going to mess me up. Right.
Okay.
And I want you to be able to have your focus where it belongs, which is, enriched in this significant holiday and time for you. It's a big deal, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course. So I have got form check questions left that were in the app. So I'm going to start there. I know I can just screen share normal now, right? Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I like this system so much better. Okay. All right. So what's up, Carney? We're doing a deadlift. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh my God. Cool. Cool
tend to
plates. Great. You've
Tend to
come so
overthink,
far.
I think, and go slow, but yeah.
No, it's okay. Marco, you're trapping. Great music. Great power out of the bottom. I like that you're stopping in between. Great head and neck position. Good shoulder tie-in. If you watch, let's see, we got a couple more. Watch what your knees do, Carney. They drive a little bit forward versus, see that? I'd rather have you bring the barbell back 1 inch. See the bar is a little, like your hands are in front of you, right by your knees. Bring the bar back just slightly so you can stay loaded in your hips and your hamstrings a little bit better. Very small nuance. I actually like the pausing between. And I want to say, like, you even kind of had an admittance of, I know I'm going a little slow. Guys, it's okay. Go slow, groove the path, groove the pattern. This is choreography that you should feel like you can do blindfolded, and then you'll speed up as you get more comfortable. But honestly, the only thing I'm craving is that position. I want you to drag. Oh, I don't want that yet. I want your hands are kind of in front here. I want your hands to be back just a little bit more. So when you load, we stay in this is a perfect position, and you give up the position, right? You let your knees go
I can see
forward
that
to
for
get.
sure.
So minor. Gorgeous though. I've
Okay.
been watching you deadlift for a while. This is amazing. So keep it up.
Awesome. Thanks much.
Yeah, of course. How much is on that bar?
I can't remember that one. I did it a couple weeks ago. I think it's like 165, 175,
Yeah,
something like
I
that.
just would have
Yeah.
said 500. Nobody can see from the side. Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great though. Strong
Yeah.
set, man. Strong set.
Mhm.
All right, Michael, deadlifts. Here we go. Ooh, okay. Setting up, cool gym. I'm gonna watch a few first. I'm worried that his glasses are gonna fall. Oh, wow, that just floated up, did it not? I love the pause at the bottom. I am just craving, Michael, when you watch this, there's a bit of a rounding happening here. Not the end of the world. I actually think you're loading quite well in your hamstrings. I would just love to see a little bit more of the butt taking the load. So what happens is basically if your hips are curled under, a little bit rounded, we're not going to access as much of your glutes as possible. So I'm going to take a second and show you right here, right? You've got a barbell in your hands. So it's like he's here. If he's here, right, I'm going to get hamstrings and I'm going to get mid back. And by the way, Michael's still moving well. But look what happens. All I'm going to do is gently reach my hips back. So he's here. I want a little bit of that. I'm lengthening my tailbone. Now my glutes are on and I'm driving. So, I mean, there's two things at bay here or at play. I want you guys using big muscles to move big weights. So would you rather have your hamstrings and glutes move the bar or your hamstrings and your low and your back? It's like the glutes are the bigger muscle. Use the worker. Part of that could be a little bit of a range of motion. I know like Nick always gives a great cue of like really pulling your belly button down, like pulling your stomach down a little bit to load into your glutes, and then driving your belly button up and through. So keep that in mind. But that's, I got to tell you, the bar is moving really well. That was really a really good set. I just want you to have a different position when you start because it's really going to make this shoot up even faster than it is. This already looks good. Your feet are steady. Yeah, this is a great position. And one thing that can help, and we did this, I've taught this before. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take another 45-pound plate and put it on the ground here, put it on the ground here, and I lift the ground up just a little bit. And what happens is then you starting from a slightly higher position. So then Michael, you can get into your glutes more and pull with the ground a little bit elevated, and then you'll take those weights out and you'll work your way down. So like I would almost recommend next week, put the 45s down, do your sets. The next week after that, put a green down so it's even a little smaller. Next week, flat on the ground again, but condition your body to feel what it feels like to be engaged. I actually think you have the mobility, Michael, to do this correctly, but it's a matter of letting your body feel the position. Okay, another one from Michael. We're doing a front squat. Love seeing the approach. Glasses are off. I was worried. I was like, he's about to crush. Good. Okay, I see he's going to go to use these plates. Nice. Pretty good. Hold on, I'm going to pause it at the bottom. So a couple things that are cool. Just so you know, sometimes we use plates to create a different angle on our feet to create it more depth. Michael's doing it perfectly here. I like this. His feet are stable. His knees stay out. I really love that I can see space here. His elbows are driving up. His knees are pointing out. If I'm being greedy, sure, I would take his elbows 1 inch higher, but elbows are 90 degrees, knees are 90 degrees. What I want to point out is I like this. You could see this vibration in his body. There's a shake as he's getting down right there. That's his nervous system really switching on and showing great effort. And I know this front squat isn't the best, the most cozy, but this is awesome. Yep. Man, Michael, I don't have a lot to tell you, man. This looks pretty darn good. Good job. Thanks for being a great example. Okay. All right, Ken, looks like front squats. Yep. So Ken's using a 2-finger approach. I do the exact same thing Ken does. So we're seeing there's a couple things that are happening that are really great. I love what I'm seeing in his spine and his back. I love where the load is on his body. Hips and hamstrings are like here for it. What we're running into, and by the way, even this, like I can tell Ken does not love front squats. Like this is a tough position for his shoulders, like for that front rack position. Ken, do me a favor before you front squat. I want you to roll out your lats and your triceps. I want you to roll and get in here and start to shear some of this tissue. I think you give yourself a little bit more length than this guy. Because by the way, traps, your traps, your lat muscles, sorry, they attach here and they go all the way down here, down by your tailbone. So you loosen this up, you know, Ken, you're going to give yourself an extra ½ inch of extension on that bar, although you're already doing pretty well, but it will take some pressure off. What I would like to see are 2 things. Your hands feel a little wide and your feet feel a little wide. And so we can see this is the bottom of Ken's squat, although you're moving really well, buddy. If we bring your feet in a little and your hands in a little, your body, you basically are having anatomical stopping points. Your body's getting the weight of your depth. So I would say, and make micro movements, guys. Whenever you're lifting and you're in a training program, like my job is not to stop you and start you from scratch and like take all the weight off the bar. Make these micro adjustments so you can keep training through this. So ½ inch on the hands, move it in. ½ inch on the feet, move it in. Then a ½ inch next week. I want, because if the feet are this wide, the hips have to stop here. But if you bring the feet in just slightly more, then we've got an opportunity to reach the knees out and the hips will drop in the center. Okay, that's all that's missing here. I actually think this is great effort, Ken, and you look strong. I just want you to slightly bring those feet in and toes slightly more forward. Good job, bud. Okay, Jonathan, bench press, baby. Looking at setup. Aha. Huh. Okay. So 2 things are happening. I'd like to see your butt activated. It's so funny. I know it's an upper body movement, but I can tell he's not tight here because of the way his core is not on. I also would say the down is great. It's coming right here underneath that chest and nipple line, but you can push up and over towards your eyes just a little bit more. So this is a perfectly straight line up and down. I'm going to hit play and watch this video again. But as you go down, then gently arc to over the eyes and then right down. That's more of a natural bar path, just like that. I want you guys to take a look. And actually, oh yeah, Jonathan, this was the bench press question. So this is one that he submitted as well. He goes, I noticed that my heels are lifting up when I'm pressing. I'm not sure if the bench is too high or what's going on. So this is fun. We're going to have fun with this one. Yeah, I'll move my cursor off. Take a look at Jonathan's feet. The right one's down. The left one's having a party. So Jonathan, what it tells me is no, the bench is not too high. Now, we've talked about it where you can put plates under your feet in order to kind of bridge the gap for some of our shorter people. This is just restlessness. I have clients that start to tap dance and I'm like, keep your feet still. So this is just you having that kind of mental acuity, being like, I am going to lock my feet onto the ground. And what will help you with that, Jonathan, is squeezing your butt. Okay. So when you squeeze your butt, your abs will turn on, your hamstrings turn on, you'll create this tension in your lower body and those feet are not going to move. But what you want is if your feet are kind of dancing around, you're losing stability. Now this weight you handled beautifully. The weight looked good on you. It didn't look like it was hard. I actually think you could and should go up on your next sets, but keeping your feet down is just your responsibility. Get them down, get them anchored, squeeze that butt. But this was a really good set. Another bench press. Ignacio, here we go. We'll take it. I like this. I see some movement in your legs. Hold on, I'm gonna go back. So whenever I see variability, guys, in someone moving on the bench, I just know their butt's off. That's all. Remember, and why that's important to you is this. You have got a bridge here in our squats, in our bench, any of our compound full body movements. Your core is the bridge between the upper and the lower quadrants, okay? And so he's having variable down here because his core switched off. Now, to a degree it's on, he's working, these reps look good, the bar is consistent. This is a great level of effort, but if he squeezed his butt, it would help him switch on his abs and it would really stabilize his lower body. Because you can see it in these reps. Watch his body start to move in his lower body. His hips should not be moving, his legs should not be moving at all. But you know, when you look at strength training, it's like we're trying to create enough effort to where your body is challenged and form is going to want to break down, but you won't let it, essentially. So Ignacio, amazing. I would just squeeze your butt and turn those abs on and keep that movement out of your feet. Sad, Ben. It says your file doesn't work. Oh, Ben, if
No,
you're on the call and
it's
you want
okay.
to.
I asked Noah to remove them because they were meant for Knicks.
Oh, by the way, no offense taken. I totally get it. Okay. Okay, Stefan, here we go. You're on the call.
Yes, still here.
Deadlifts with dumbbells, great. Are these stiff-legged or RDLs?
Stiff-legged.
Yeah. Okay. So, boom. Here's what I want. And I actually had this moment, God, 2 weeks ago when I was coaching. It's really important for me to know if it's a stiff leg or an RDL, because this actually has more characteristics of a Russian deadlift, an RDL versus a stiff leg. Now, regardless, I really am craving more rigidity up here. You, Stefan, are reaching your dumbbells a little further to get lower here, but you're compromising the reach here. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
I don't care about the extra inch that you're getting down there if you compromise your upper body. I want you to stay back and tight, and this doesn't change. Okay, the way I always like to do it is like if I have a broom or a Swiffer in my case here, this does not get compromised ever, 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 ever. The moment, oh God, here we go. The moment I reach, see how I've come off the Swiffer? It's not worth it because now we've lost our stronger position. So that's number one. Number two is a stiff leg deadlift. Your legs are nearly straight. An RDL is more like what you're doing. Your hips are back, great bend in the knee. I love this for an RDL. A straight leg deadlift is almost completely straight. It's way more hamstring focused. So just what I would do, the shift here is keep your hips way higher. And you're going to find that because you take some of that B out, I still want a micro bend in that knee, but since it's only a micro bend, you will not be able to get as far. And that's what we want. Cool?
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, here we go.
I feel like I already
Thank
know
you
where
for
this is going.
Oh, you what?
We've had plenty of bench videos, so I'm kind of.
Oh, I got it. Oh, Dave, you're like, she already said it. Well, let's see. But by the way, I love that you're sending me your approaches, guys. I like to see how you get into these movements. It's no
It's
joke.
also supposed to be close grip, and that
I'm
was
seeing you.
one
Okay.
I was wondering is my grip close enough? How do I tell?
Okay. Let's just start right there. How do I tell? So here's the thing. Now, this is the only setback of a Swiffer because I don't have, actually, I'm going to stop share so I can show you guys. The only bummer of the Swiffer is I don't have, on a barbell, there's kind of like hashes.
Knurling?
Yeah. What's the word you use? I've never heard that.
Knurling?
Knurling, cool. You taught me something. So basically, but I'll use these as my hashes. See these little nodules? That'll be my knurling. Okay. So you want to make sure you're even. Now, whether you're doing close grip or regular, I always do like a thumbs width like this. With close grip bench, you really want to be narrow. So, because we're focusing more on the side of your chest, and your triceps. So
Okay.
if you're too narrow and your elbows don't have anywhere to go, not going to work. If you're too
Okay.
wide and your elbows are away from your body, you're too wide, right? So it's to me, I look at where my elbows are doing. So I would recommend, Dave, start with an empty bar, check it out. Like use that knurling, think about thumb length, whatever. Like even this is too wide. I like my elbows right next to where I can clear and then drive. That's my game. Right there, clear, and I put it right at my brow line or nipple line, but right in there. So that's the way I would look at it for you. So technically, if I look back to your video, you might have, you actually didn't look too far off. I thought you would look pretty darn good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, you look good, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a little space here. So here's what's so fun about lifting. It's like you see Arnold lift it in all the videos. Like sometimes he's doing shit that other people aren't doing because he could feel it in the muscle he was trying to train. So for me, I know for me to really get in my triceps and yoke them out, I know what position I got to hit. So you get to play. Like go have fun with this one. Your elbows are slightly wide like this. And I want to know, do you feel it at the end of the set? Are your shoulders giving out? Or do you feel it in your chest and your tris? And if you're like, dude, I really feel a lot of shoulder, well, change the position and try, and by the way, do it in the same day. Do one set a little closer, one set a little farther. Like you should actually just get some like user data. And whatever set blows up the body part you're trying to work the most is your winner.
Okay. Okay.
Makes sense? But
yeah,
you can see there's movement.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mind. Like, I actually like what you're doing. Dave is doing a great job. You should be pushing with your legs. Guys, your bench press, like your lower body should not be freeloaders. There should be tension. There should be action. They should be actively driving. So I would take your butt a little tighter. I'm obsessed with butts today, but this is pretty darn good because you're squeezing on the drive, but just stay squeezed on the way you bring it down.
Okay.
Let's see. I want to watch one more. Yeah. And you can see, listen, and your elbows as you're pressing, they're even flaring a little. I don't know. That was pretty good. Did you remember that set? Like, where did you feel it the most? You're funny.
No, I wasn't. I don't know. I was just more focused on getting it up than really where I was feeling it. So
that's fine. That's totally fine. I hear you. And by the way, sometimes like hard work is just hard work, and that's good. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not going to feel super specific, but play with that for me, Dave. I actually thought that was pretty darn good. You're being hard on yourself.
Awesome.
Valentine, amazing. Okay. So you submitted a question and a video. I'm going to read it because it's very specific. I struggle a lot doing these squats. I struggle to keep the bar path vertical and I keep leaning forward. Feels like my legs can press more, at least at the machines. And he lists some of the weights. He's like, but my pelvic and upper body stability are a struggle. Am I overthinking it or should I slow it down and steadily increase weights with the regular squat weight? Appreciate it. Okay. So I'm going to watch you first and then we're going to talk about this because I have a feeling I know what I want to say, but I want to see you first. Great setup and approach. Cool lifters. By the way, Valentine, I can see your nose. You're looking down. First of all, eyes up. Okay. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is such good work. First of all, Valentine, you're doing an amazing job. These are great reps, and you can see rep by rep by rep as you get a little bit more tired, the position. He's talking about this, that as he's getting tired, the bar, he started up here a little bit more vertical, and the bar starts to go forward. And so look what happens when he tries to push. He starts to get stuck. So now the weight of the bar is kind of over his knees versus over his hips. Now, I have the same problem, and Valentine's a lot taller than me. And what I realized, I love that you're already wearing a belt. This changed a lot for me when Coach Nick started to have me using a belt, because I'm like, I don't need a belt. I'm really strong. What I want to show you guys, and I'll come back to your video, Valentine. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry about that sunlight, guys. As I said before, with bench press, your core is the bridge. And if your core is not strong enough or engaged, the bridge will collapse. And all that's happening. Valentine, you look awesome, man. Your first set, you're pretty, I'm not going to go as low. You're here and you're staying pretty vertical. And as you get more tired, your back, all that's happening is you're fatiguing and you're losing that engagement. And so often what happens when we get fatigued, our contractions become not as strong, or they don't react as quickly. And so all that's happening throughout the set of squats, and by the way, we've got some long sets depending on what program you're in, you're losing the intensity of the contraction. So like those first squats, you look really vertical, and then what starts to happen is you just get a little fatigued. And that's why you say, I'm strong. I feel like my legs can do more. But the problem is your core is not supporting that load. So there's two things that I like to do. I actually don't squat with my bar up here. I squat a little lower. I squat here to help me with that. Okay. It's a subtle difference. This is all the way up. I move it down an inch, and I'm literally pulling it into my traps. Okay. So that's number one. But also when I started using the belt to really stabilize my core, all of this stuff just ended. Because what will happen is I'll go here, my core, I'll start to go up, my core will be tired, my butt does this, and I look like I'm in a Jay-Z video. And then I'm trying to do a good morning. So the real key here is going to be continuing to use that belt to create a strong brace for you, Valentine. And the best way to get stronger is to keep squatting. This is the way to do it. Do the movement and the action that you're trying to get better at. And you will improve. There's no doubt in my mind. I do think that when it comes to bracing, and for everybody watching, we should all do this together. So I want everyone to put their hands on their hips, right? Like front and back. And I think a lot of people think bracing is just like shoving their stomach out. And you can see me, I kind of look like a little prego, right? They think I'm pushing out, but that's not what we're doing. What I want you to do is pull up and push out from the sides. And that's why I want this little Wonder Woman pose on everybody. So as you're seated, just think, pull in and out. And what we do with the belt is we push into that belt for feedback. So our hands are acting like that belt on our waist. And Coach Nick was the one that taught me this. When you wear a belt, make it tight, but make sure you have room for 2 fingers to fit into that belt. Like, okay, I can slide 2 in. And that is where those 2 fingers is where you shift and you push outward. Okay. And it was actually, I was talking with Nick, we were talking with another client we have here together in the app, and it talked about, you know, well, I have a bigger stomach and I don't know how to get my brace. And he's like, the best, strongest men and women on the planet have bellies. You know, they're big people. And so it's like, it's a matter of finding that internal, God, what is the word I'm thinking of? Sorry, guys. Connection to drive outward again. So we're not just like dumping our belly out, we're actually pulling in and outward. Now, again, it's not as, to me, it's not like a immediate, it's not as intuitive like as like walking and crawling. Like it is an actual, it's a skill that you organize your body with, and you will get better. So going back to Valentine's video, I really like what I'm seeing. I just think what's happening is we've got to strengthen this bridge so the weight doesn't go forward and you can really load your legs. So I think you're doing everything right. I want you to keep doing what you're doing, and just really start to think. I would say bring the bar down a little lower. And like I said, when I saw you stand up, your nose was pointed down, your eyes were down. Look up, guys. Where your eyes go, your body follows. And there's such just an energetic shift from here. And I look up and your body will just tilt up gently. Okay, it's a great cue. This video is pretty awesome. Let's go, Travis.
That's a ton.
So much weight, 315, 415 looks like the hard part for me, Travis, and I'm going to challenge you. I can't, let's see, can I see your feet? Let's see if this goes away. Yeah, I can't see your feet, and I know Nick likes this point of view. I coach a bit better from the side. I actually, Noah, remind me, let's leave this video in for Nick to coach, because I can't quite see the position as well. Nick's better at this, but I just see some like compromises. I know he's doing a switch grip. The shoulder's a little bit forward. His hip, I can't see what his back is doing. All I know is he lifted big fucking weight, and that's awesome. But I'm gonna leave this in there for Nick to do because I can't really see enough. But Nick's the guru with this one, so I'll let it be. Oh yes, Tish. I hope you're still on the call. Pullovers.
I'm here.
Yes. So do you feel a little bit scrunched up in here by your couch, babe?
I'm sure. So that was actually, it was kind of a good, I don't know, it felt like a good space.
Okay. I just feel like you need, I'm already looking at setup.
Okay.
I want your toes forward and I want your feet a little closer together.
Okay.
There's a lot of happening on the base of your feet. Like your knees are open, your feet are open, and there's some instability. Let's see. And oh, this is such an improvement. Great.
Yay.
Oh, great. Guys, look at how activated. And by the way, great job. I want to play this back. Tish is working on this movement and getting better at it. I want you to look how each rep is a little bit different. She's investigating. She takes her first rep, checks the range of motion. Okay, that felt good. I'm going to go a little further. Okay, that felt good. I'm going to go a little further. I like that approach to when you're kind of exploring movements and positions, especially under load. So, oh, now we go a little further. Look at her hips are starting to rise. Look at this one, how gorgeous that is. Her abs are switched on, her butt's up. I mean, this is a 10 out of 10 perfect position. I like this bend in the elbow. It's a micro bend, but we're keeping the load primarily on the lats. You still get a little tricep bonus. By the way, nice triceps, girl. My thing is like maybe just at the very least, turn those toes forward.
Square them
Right?
up.
Toes forward
Okay.
and a little bit more knees slightly closer. But this is just night and day. Like I don't even recognize you. Oh,
Yeah,
were you sore?
I didn't fatigue in my triceps like I was initially.
Sure, because you were loading so much tri. Yeah, this is a lat exercise, and I love this reach of the rib cage, and then her abs switch right on, and she never collapses. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Good job, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, dip. Okay, let's see. I feel like I had. is there a question from you in the actual app? Okay, yep. Oh, great. We did answer it. It was the app question. Okay, carrying on. Here we go. Oh, cool shoes. Oh, great focus. Wow. Look at how he really accentuates his shoulder set. That's his little process. Again, everyone's going to have their own choreography to get their body where it needs to be for a load. This looks awesome. Oh, now this is where it gets fun. When you get tired, what's your body do? It wants to break down, and he stayed really intact. One thing I'm going to say, I'm going to use him as an example. There's only one little note. Like, I love this process. So I call it choreography. Look at how he steps into the bar. You can tell he's done it a lot of times. It's exactly where he wants to be. Those are his steps. He lifts his, like, he's getting his feet switched on. Now, right here, he's ready to go. I love this. I'm like, this man is ready to crank. And then, Noah, don't laugh. And then, look what he does with his eyes. So he's ready to go. And then he's like unsure. He looks down and he checks his hand position. Guys, I want you to know when you're going into any kind of load, like this is a big deal. This is, you know, this is almost 300 pounds. He was there, he was set, and then he checked his hands. When you put your hands down, put them exactly where you want them to go. And so much of lifting is mindset and confidence. And so he wanted to double check, that's fine. But, and this is great position. Like, I really don't have any comments. Part of me would say, Dip, you could start with your hips a half inch higher. You actually fix it on your second and third one, all these other ones. Hips slightly higher to start, but gorgeous stops, gorgeous position. And even when you get tired, you maintain the position. This one right here. Yeah. Great work. Yeah. But I just think he's a great example of the mindset, the choreography, what you want before you lift. Just don't second guess when you grab, because you had it. Oh, I just realized I didn't have a main screen. Almost there, guys. All right, Stephen Keller, here we go. I'm not sure what movement I'm watching, so let's just let it ride. Ah, okay. It looks like a kickstand RDL. Because you can see one heel is off the ground and he's really loading the right leg. So this is so close to nailing it. I want to commend you, Stephen. You're not far off, buddy. One thing I do, these shoes look like, are they running shoes or lifting shoes? I think Cecilia was the one that mentioned like getting shoes that were actually designed for lifting. I can't recommend it enough. And if you don't have that, go barefoot and watch your toes. But let's teach this real quick. So it's as easy as it is complicated. But once you do it the first few times, you get it. So it's really important to remember, I'm going to do what he did. The load leg is the leg closest to the screen, to the camera, and the support leg is the back leg. So you could already see on my setup, I'm already different than Stephen. Stephen was a little bit more to the side, and he was kind of doing this. And from the front, Stephen was kind of like that, okay? And I want your hips square and loaded evenly, right? As far as a balance is concerned. But 90% of the weight is going to go onto that front leg. And so this variable is not necessary. I want you right in line, okay? I don't need you on a balance beam because this is going to create another variable we don't want. So hips always even, right? And what happens then is we just load, we shift those hips back. You can see that because of the balance, Steven's actually forced to go a little more forward like this. And if his leg was in back like this, is that kickstand, he could shove his hips back more like I am and really load the hamstring and the glute. So just remember, feet start side by side. I go straight back. If you really want to measure it, you could do like 1 foot length, right? So your feet are side by side, 1 foot length. You're right there. It's really not a big difference. Some people I see going too far, right? So you keep it pretty close. Kicked up 90% on that front leg. And then I go right into the other. I just swap, and here's what the other side looks like. My knees are side by side, guys. If you look, they're side by side. If they're not side by side, your kickstand leg's in the wrong spot. So we're here and we're up. Great video though. Kevin says, is it okay to completely unload the second leg and take it completely off the ground? Listen, it depends on what you're going for. I say no. I want to know what value it brings, and what Kevin's asking. He's like, well, can I just take the leg off the ground and do this? That's not what this movement, well, and I don't know what programming Steven's on. I program an RDL with clients here in LA like this for different reasons. I don't load it very heavily. I do it for balance. I do it for other specific work. If we're loading, which is what we're strength training in here, why add this variable with the weights, right? Why add that when your foot can be down and you can load that leg? So is there value in that exercise of taking the foot off the ground? Yes. Is it one that I recommend when you're strength training? Not necessary. Yeah, it's just flair. You don't need to do it. Your hips get off, and you can't load as heavy. Carney, cool buddy. I saw you. Goodbye. Thanks. Okay, let's see. We are getting close to the end. A few people added some extra ones, which was great. Okay, here we go. Jan doing a stiff leg deadlift. Thanks for being clear on that. Oh, well, isn't that just gorgeous? You know, it is so fun to see how far you guys have come. I really don't have any notes. Great spine, great control both ways. She's not letting gravity pull her down, and she's really loading slowly down, slowly up, activating her hips. Her neck and head's in the right position. She's breathing really well. She's got cool shoes on. I couldn't be happy with this, Jan. Oh my God. Gorgeous, babe. Gorgeous. And really cool hand straps. Wow. Yeah, I love that. One thing to keep in mind, she did have to deadlift it up. You guys can do it from a rack, but I really have no notes. That was really awesome. And I like that you saw her feet stayed down, her toes didn't come off the ground at all. I literally have no notes except compliments. Great job, Jan. All right, last 6 guys. Here we go. Okay. Oh, Andres, you're still here? There you go, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I thought he didn't make it, but he did make it.
No, I made it. Yeah, buddy.
Like at 4:30 when I woke up.
All right, here we go. Okay,
So
so we're still
lower
in
plates.
deficits. Lower plates.
Yeah.
Thank you. I immediately saw that.
So let's see. I think my back is a little bit rounded still, but I guess I gotta push back more or lower my butt more.
Let me watch it. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ah. Your second one's better than your first one. Can you feel it? Or did you
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah. Better. So, I'm still craving a bit of a flatter spine, but you are working in deficit. This is meant to be challenging. Even though you're in deficit, make sure that barbell is right next to your shins, honey.
Yeah, it is touching it, I think.
Okay,
But
it
yeah,
is? Okay.
yeah, like in the second one, I do push it back, but yeah, it might be
Okay,
off
because
from
that one feels a little forward. Let's
Yeah.
see.
I think in this one, I just did pull it
Yeah,
back.
that's and you fixed it. Great. And by the way, look at the
Mhm.
setup. So much better. I like this so much better on you. Now, I'm still seeing, I talked about in the beginning of the call, a little bit of the rounding in your hips, just a little. If you can flare that tailbone, reach that lower spine a little bit longer, oh, you get loaded back
Push it,
here more.
push back a little bit more towards the wall, maybe, is it?
I'd actually bring your hips up an inch. And
Okay.
again, it's like not arching your lower back, but a little bit
Yeah.
of length there. A little bit of length there.
Okay.
Because you've come so far in your thoracic spine. Now we need to get you on board down here.
Gotcha.
But I will tell you, you're moving, the bar looks light. I mean, you're moving well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm playing with the deficit, but that was what 205? Yeah, 205.
Yeah. Oh, great. Night and day, keep working it, keep working it. And part of what I want to say too, because it takes time for your body to get used to these positions and then like really let you take them and own them and do more. And I think the way I look at Nick lifting is the way I look at like Olympic gymnasts. I'm like, oh, I could do that. You know, you're like, it doesn't look that hard when they do it. And then you like try to do a cartwheel and you're like, oh, this is pretty tricky. And then with Nick, I'm like, oh, it's just this, that. And then I see my body moving. I'm like, am I not doing what Nick's doing? Like what I feel I'm doing and what I'm actually doing are very separate things. And he's just done so many reps. So what I've already seen in you, Andres, this change in the way your body is switching on, such a measurable difference. Keep going. That's the joy of this. And that's actually what's so fun about watching Catch. It's like you see his stuff from like 2 years ago. You're like, what is this guy doing? And now he's like a superstar lifter. Like I am like, you know, I'm listen, I'm a little snotty. I did Division I sports and I'm like, I'm a real athlete. But I'm like, Catch really looks like a real flipping athlete. Like, look at how far he's come. And like he was doing, you know, poor bad form and before. So
you can
really
say stupid
exciting.
Catch. That's fine.
I don't know. I like the guy too much. I like the guy too much. Okay, we're
That's fine.
toward the end. Oh, Paul
Thank
in the
you.
playroom. You're welcome, Andres. Paul in the playroom. Are you here? It's my nickname for him. All right, incline bench. We've watched this before. Bar path is always tricky on an incline, and this looks great. I love it. Feet are stable, hips are good. Paul is very tall, so that's a long way for that bar to go. But I look at that beautiful arc, guys. He goes to his nipple and chest line, and then he drives up, and he gently goes over his head. Yep. I don't really have a lot to say. I like there's a gentle arch in his lower back, great patience. And lifts like that, guys, I know it feels like it takes a year. It was perfect, Paul. So patient, stayed right in the pocket. The only thing I would say, if I'm being really picky, is your feet feel very wide. Just remember, guys, the wider your base, the more variable. I would just march your feet in just a little bit, Paul, just a little, like create a little boundary. But I liked it. Oh, I just realized I didn't put it full screen. Okay. Nana, you still here, girl? I know you were in the room before. Okay, here we go. Setting up. Shins on the bar, I see it. Great wedging, good triangle there. Good neck position. Ah! This is great. Watch her breath, guys. She takes a breath, sets her shoulders, and drives the belly button, the hips through. I love this. What an improvement. The load is exactly where I want it. Only thing I'm seeing is a little variable. It's hard to see from the side. I want to make sure your feet are straight. Women tend to duck out a little bit on deads. Just get your toes straight and on. I saw some fiddling around, but you know, it's not the end of the world. These are, I mean, this is me being nitpicky because there's nothing else to pick out at your dead. Other than that, go heavier. Nana, these are awesome. I'm really excited about this.
Thank you, Jen. It's
Yeah.
all because of you.
No, it's not because of me. No. You're the one showing up and doing it.
Yes, but you gave the instructions, so this is something I followed, and now it feels also better. Yes.
Okay, team carry. You get 90% credit. I'll take 10%.
Okay.
But really good.
Deal.
But just
It's a
honestly,
deal.
that was beautiful. Trust yourself to go heavier now. Your position is perfect. Your breath was on. The reps look good. And what I want to point out about what Nana did, she had integrity throughout all the reps. You didn't see a breakdown, which tells me she's primed to go heavier, right? Whereas when we looked at Valentine's squat, the more he did, the more his body position changed. It tells me we can't go heavier with Valentine yet. We need to fix the position first and get his core stronger, and then we can load. So, Nana, you're primed to go up.
Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. All right, last 3 videos.
Oh, Wojtek. Pochwalnie.
Oh. Hey, Nana, your mic's still on, honey. She's definitely in her neighborhood saying hi to somebody. I can still hear you. Hold on. I can mute her manually. Hold on.
I got it.
Although I really want to know what they're talking about now. Can you? Oh, I think she did it. Okay. All right, Jonathan. This has been a journey of pull-ups. Let's see what we got, buddy. Look at those deficits. Oh, this is just like warm melted butter. Nothing better. Great range, great control. Taking a break, finishing, great. Okay, so this is awesome. And the perfect example, we talked about drop sets earlier in the call. This would be considered like a drop set with pull-ups. So he was doing pull-ups until he couldn't anymore. And then he's now jumping up and deficiting down as a way to get stronger. Jonathan, I am so impressed with this. I like your foot position. I like your abs are on. By the way, you're looking leaner and so muscular here in your shoulders and arms and back. Just make sure you're breathing. I can't hear you because your face is the other way, but like with gymnastics movements, we tend to hold our breath a little bit. Make sure you breathe through the movement. Couldn't be happier about this. You'll be doing 10 pull-ups in a row before we know it. Okay, last 2. We have looks like a squat from Adam. Cool rack. Again, great choreography. He knows exactly where he's going, sets the feet. Oh, great. I like your patience. I like your focus. And what's really great, you know, Adam's a tall drink of water. That's a long way for that barbell to go. And you're patient throughout. You're hitting better depth each time, actually. The only thing I'm craving a little, Adam, I bet you can take your feet a little wider. Let's see. Let me look at that. I can't see your feet in this. Hold on. If I just push play, maybe it'll let me do it. I might take your feet a little wider, I think, and I like your knees being forward, actually. Your knees and toes being forward. I can't see your feet, but you look a little narrow for your height. So I'm just craving, like I said earlier, move your feet open a 1/2 inch. Don't make big moves. 1/2 inch this week. See how it feels and drop. But this is awesome. The best thing you can keep doing is to keep squatting. Keep lifting, keep loading. Open those feet a little bit. I love your thoracic chest position. And maybe eyes up. That's one other cue item. I can see you're looking at the ground. Guys, remember, I said it once today, where your eyes go, your body will follow. So if your eyes are down, you're going to be gently forward. If your eyes are up, it's just going to take your thoracic spine and lift you upward. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Okay, and we've got, let's see, Robert, reverse crunch. Oh, he's using, this is very creative. He's in his home gym. He slipped his fingers under the door wedge for an anchor. Very smart, Robert. Good. What I'm going to say is two things. I want the knees to come up to here, and then think about lifting the last inch versus curling the last inch. So look at the knee trajectory. So how it goes over his face. I'd rather stop your knees at your chest and go up more. So not quite a candlestick, but basically what happens is when you go too far, you offload your abs. So I'd rather have you stop just a little shorter, Robert, and go vertical, and you'll feel it. Because by the way, now you've unloaded your abs, all your weight is over here. If you keep your the weight over here, you're gonna feel it in your abs. And then the same thing on the way down, just go slower, like those reverse pull-ups. The reverse crunch is there. So you're almost working against gravity. I prefer to do these elevated on a bench. So if you guys have a bench, I like to grab behind like the seat behind my hands. But right here, this is your chance for a lot of work. And he kind of lets momentum take his legs down. See that? And further, I'm going to be real picky. I want you to see, so we're right here. When I hit play, you're going to see his hips stay closed. So he's going to keep a relatively closed angle here and arch his back. I'd rather let you guys keep your spine in the same position and extend your legs. Okay, Robert, so let's watch it. Boom. Oh, ready for it? So we've arched his spine. We've stayed closed, almost 90 degrees still. And I'd rather, instead of putting it into your hip flexors and your low back, keep your back on the ground, extend those legs, and you're really going to feel those lower abs. Okay. So it's a great exercise to hit all of the packs, but really keep that in mind. This is really close. Just slow everything down and open those hips at the bottom and don't let them go too high at the top. Let's see. All right, Brian, that was the last video. Guys, awesome session. Thank you for my early birds that came and got to hang out. I just want to reiterate as well, and I want to call out Stefan. You know, Stefan asked a question in the app about like the substitute with the hamstrings. It's like, just remember, like we'd like to think that we've pretty much thought of everything in there. Just look, there's swaps for exercises. You have nutrition tracker stuff, like the trackers there. Use what's in the app. You have other questions, ask Arnold AI. That's what he's there for. And as coaches, we're there to answer. So everything's in the app. We're all there to help you. This has been an amazing session. I'm glad I got to all of your stuff. Really great seeing some new faces. I saw Donnelly, I saw Chad, I saw some people I haven't gotten to meet yet. So this was amazing. Thank you for taking so much time. And Kev, good luck on your surgery. I know that's coming up. Yeah. And I think Ray, if you listen to this later, we're thinking of you too, buddy, because I know you're in there today. Okay. Gotta go too. Love you guys. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Bye.